Well, this is my workbench, and I'm starting an archaeological dig. And looky here, I've cleared off this little area next to my toolbox here on the first day. This may take as many years to clean out as it took to make this mess. I'm not sure. We'll see. Wish me luck. April? In Oregon? April 13th. In fact, the middle of April. Really? Well, isn't this a fun springtime treat? On down the valley. Pretty. How about that? Well, this is the last remaining corner with original decoration or paint on it and wallpaper. And the rest of the living room is different. Now, Terry has been hard at work. She stripped the wallpaper in the front hallway all along this wall, and you see a line of paint there. This is the new paint, this color. And we do have sort of a mess right now piled against this wall because this wall is done, and so the rest of the stuff got moved over here. And going around into the dining room. The dining room with new paint. And that's getting put back together for Easter Sunday in a couple of days. And then the dining room all the way over to here. And that's where we have left. And so, and then the ceiling, we have just this portion over here left to do, about a quarter of the ceiling left. So she's done almost all the ceiling. Over to the hallway. So the hallway there and this side of the living room is yet to go. And we'll have a little patch job to do there before we do the ceiling. We've been looking for, that's the thing we've been looking forward to the most, and it's the one we're getting to last. But so don't run away. I see the painting artist in there. She's a little camera shy. We have to chase after her. There she is, running away. But man, what a fabulous job she's done. So,
What's that?
and then after Easter, she'll finish up this side of the living room, and then we can move everything back to where it goes and get rid of all the support equipment. Good job there, artiste.
I think those they're rings, and so I think you can set your egg on the ring
Right.
to dry or something.
Well, we finally managed to get a roofing crew up to the barn. So work is beginning. Now hopefully the weather will hold through the day. But even if not, I think unless there's a tornado or something, they'll be finishing up. So off with the old comes the first. So it's coming down. Well, looks like we got a couple of sheets of plywood that are shot on this side. Oh, we got our new sheets of plywood going up. Bits and pieces, it took 5 sheets. So one more to go there. And things are happening. And we got shingles going on. All right, they're looking nice. Well, it was quitting time a little while ago. They're all gone, And here she is in all her glory. Looking pretty nice. Yeah. I guess we'll take that. They weren't able to put the old weather vane back on the top, so we'll have to figure out something else to do with that. We opted for a ridge vent, which kind of precluded that. And while the boys were up playing on the roof, I was kind of out here doing my thing, being a ditch digger, finishing up my garden sprinklered, redoing the orchard line. Instead of drippers, I'm going to put in sprayers, rotors, and I'm short 2 lengths of pipe, so I gotta stop there and go get some more. But I put head in here, and that'll point in toward the orchard, and another one up here, getting ready to test it out and then backfill all this, be ready for the year. And I'm getting a little start on our retaining wall here behind the greenhouse. When I go get more pipes, I got to stop and get more bricks. So put that in, get the landscape fabric down, and then we're going to be ready for rock. Should hide a multitude of pipes. Springtime. Apple trees are starting to blossom, and it's time to get rid of this pile. And so we got it started. It's in that thinking it over phase, because the wood in here is actually fairly green, and I'm sure it'll burn better in 3 weeks, but I kind of like to get it going by the 1st of May, out of the garden. Well, I got some tomatoes coming from seed. Could be a little on the late side, but we'll see. Here we are, middle of May, and things in the greenhouse are looking pretty excited about going outside for the summer, which might happen in the next couple of weeks. They're ready to go. I should do a little catching up because I haven't been filming much lately. Both Terry and I came down with COVID a couple of weeks ago. And the good news is we're on the mending side of things. Pretty much, pretty much better. There's kind of a cough for us that's hung on forever, but other than that, we're pretty much feeling okay. Oh, and energy's kind of been slow coming back, so we've been getting a whole lot done. But that said, we've still been making some progress, and I'll update you on that. Who says I never promised you a rose garden? Here it is, and I promise, it's a rose garden. And so this spring we got sprinklers reworked in here, and you can see little white stubs there. One for the dripper, one for a head I still haven't put in yet. It's been raining quite a bit, so we may be a ways off yet from needing sprinklers, but just got the rocks completed a couple of days ago, and we like it. Looks nice. It's red lava rock. So to complete things this spring, I got this drain done and a little rock channel along the front of the driveway, and that has been working great. It's been draining Lake A out really good. Now you see a little bit of damp there. We have that for a while because there's some sort of underground water source. Those are actually kind of all over the place on the hill, but acts like a little bit of a spring and pops out under right by those stairs there and drains across the driveway until things get substantially drier. And here was a project I'm glad to have done. All done, kind of getting dug out on the side of the greenhouse, giving it a little bit of space between the dirt and the lower framing members on the greenhouse, and got all that put in this little retaining block wall, and put in some landscape rocks over here. And then that continues to our upper bed. And once again, I never promised you 2 rose gardens, but boy oh boy, here they are. One more rose garden. So we're liking the way this came out. Looking pretty spiffy. And the sprinklers in the yard are almost entirely reworked. There is, all along this side, it's been replaced. It's PVC. There were some lines shooting off from this corner. One that goes over to this head, and then one that goes out back to the back of the yard. There's a couple of heads out there. That's still poly pipe. That hasn't given me any trouble in the past, so I'm just going to leave things lie. And then there's a short length of poly, probably about 15 feet worth, along the back of the greenhouse at the edge there. We had a little bit of lava rock left, so something Terry's been kind of anxious to get at is dig out these planter boxes, which were riddled with weeds. And so we dug those out and put lava rock down there. And she may plant those with fake flowers for now. We'll see. I need a couple of dry weeks to dry this pile out. I tried burning it probably 3-4 weeks ago. Ain't a wasn't gonna go. So, and I haven't had any dry weather really since. It's been raining to beat the band. So, but that's good news for us folks out in the west that are feeling the pinch of the drought. I did get my sprinkler rework done in the orchard too. So I have a line buried coming across over here that comes up in the middle of the orchard, and they'll sprinkle one there and then 2 from the edge out here. And then I got a little project going on here. I'm going to there's an extra electric line down at the bottom of this pit, runs from the garage out to the barn, and it's just a dummy line. It's not doing anything. It's not connected on either end. So I'm going to patch off of that and put power on the post here. I think run my sprinkler clock out here. Photinia in the springtime is really pretty fabulous. That new growth comes out, that nice brilliant color of red. And then of course we've covered it already, but we got this nice new gravel road to the barn, which I've really been appreciating already. No more slip and slide. Alright, now pop quiz. Anybody notice anything unusual about these front tires? Let me point it to you this way. You got it? If you said they are not pointing in the same direction, ding, 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 you are right. Let's see what we can do about that. All right, that's what it's supposed to look like. Nice and straight. And that tie rod goes right here. So if it's bent, it's a little bit tight and swivels the wheel in like that. So they're pointing out in the front, pointing away from each other. Okay, we're put back together, and now we're heading in the same direction. When I was hauling those rock the other day, I hauled them in our little utility trailer, and I noticed a little extra hitch in our giddy up here, which you can see that this hitch is loose. So got a job there. Our last bit of farm progress to report is here in the living room, where we are doing the last little bit of texturing today. I should say, over in this corner. So we had a little bit of patchwork up on the ceiling to do. Still needs to be painted. It was just, most of the ceiling has been painted except this corner over here and this side over here towards the closet doors under the baggies. But we started off with trying to match, the ceiling was textured with orange peel, and we were trying to match it with all these cans of spray texturing, which we finally gave up. Went out and got a Harbor Freight special here, a texture gun, which works fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Boy, the money we'd have saved on spray texture cans if we'd have just known that to begin with. So a little bit messier. You got to do a little bit more thorough masking, as you can tell. So tomorrow Terry ought to actually be able to paint all the rest of this. There's not much left, actually, and we'll start cleaning up in here.